What helped me recover from addiction? Well, my my lived experience happened over 20 years ago, and I really didn't think about it, want to think about it. I wanted to forget it, but once I did start thinking about it, I gained a new appreciation for the journey. After finding myself on a park bench one night with nowhere to go, I knew how I got there, but had no idea how I was going to get out. I think the first thing I did was I reached out to the Veterans Administration because I'm a veteran, and they helped me find my first temporary housing and got me into a program. Once I had a housing, I could think about my next move, what I wanted to do next, and that was to find a job. I found out very quickly I could not get back into the profession that I had failed from, but thank goodness I found the Museum of Children's Art, which I'm an artist, and they gave me a job as an in-house artist. Had to start from the bottom. I didn't care. I saw an opportunity, and it was a blessed opportunity. And one thing, I did not know how much I would fall in love with working with kids. And I know for sure that without them, I probably would have gone back to where I was. And I know for sure that walking into a room of kids expecting you to be a teacher, a leader, a mentor, that's something that I just couldn't let them down. Well, the one time that in my early recovery, there was one time that I relapsed over a weekend, and I had a 9 o'clock class with some preschoolers. And I remember walking into class, and as I walked in, I remember I was feeling like, wow, I was feeling kind of buzzed, so to speak. And I remember walking into class, and there was 10 kids sitting around in a circle with their teacher. They all turned around and looked at me coming in the door, and they was like, "Mr. J." And they all ran to me and grabbed my legs and was hugging me and looking up at me. And I mean, I felt like it was something I can't say on camera. But I never did that again, and I know that was really my turning point in my recovery. I remember walking into a room, and I just wasn't ready for that class, and I felt like I couldn't feel any worse than that. And so I never did that again. It took me a while to realize how blessed I was to have that job. I worked as an artist for 15 years. I used my lived experience to help others. Actually, I haven't done that until recently. In my addiction, I walked by, that's where St. Mary's comes in, actually. I walked by St. Mary's so many times before I took an opportunity to come in. I moved across the street just recently, and I couldn't ignore St. Mary's anymore. So I came over, I volunteered, and quickly found out that recovery you don't fully recover until you're actually helping someone else not experience what you went through, or at least if they're already experiencing it, help them to recover from that. That's true recovery. And St. Mary's is a perfect vehicle for me to do that with. My message for seniors, if you're going through the same thing that I've been through, when I was in my addiction, I did not see a recovery. I did not see myself recovering. You have to make up your mind that's what you want to do. Once you do that, actually I was mad at myself for taking so long to make that decision to come out of my addiction. It's a bright light on the other side, and you'll be very proud of yourself for that accomplishment. I think until I came to St. Mary's, I didn't really realize that. I was fine with where I was. I had gotten back to a nice apartment. I could pay my rent easily, and I was comfortable with that. But until I came to St. Mary's and started dealing with the community here, I didn't realize how important it is for you to help to give back and help someone come up or not experience that. That's what I like. I like for people not to experience that. I wish I knew the help that I could have had before I went down that hole, because it could have prevented me from going so deep in my addiction.